Please, okay, I'm whispering because my children, they in there sleeping, okay? And I just woke up not too long ago. I hope you guys are having a phenomenal day, phenomenal night, wherever you are. Do understand and get your day, night is going to get better once your perception gets better. So I was here and I am reading my favorite book, okay? My favorite book of all times. Honey, when I move into my 8-bedroom home that I'm gonna own, okay, I'm gonna still have this copy, okay? Falling apart and all, okay? And this is The Mystic Path to Cosmic Power by Vernon Howard. And I wanted to come on here because I was here and I was reading, and one of the things it was talking about was the needless desperation of man. And it goes on and it says Edward Arlington Robinson sums up the desperate predicament of man in his classic poem, Richard Cory. Hey Tracy, PC, baby, PC, PC, PC. Oh, you at work? Oh, okay. Okay. So it says everyone in town admired Richard. If you guys don't, so this book is funny because all the books that I have, they all correlate to the same exact thing. And basically it talks about the kingdom of heaven, right? Like not looking outside yourself, but going within. And it's funny because earlier I was reading this book, okay? Three Magic Words by Ura Anderson. And in here, it talked about the kingdom of heaven and not seeking outside yourself, right? And I was like, oh my goodness, all the books that I have, basically, not all of them, but majority of the books I have, they mainly talk about going within. Okay, all the books I have are mainly about your mind and how to change, your self-image, how to change within so your outside reflected, right? Because the easiest thing for us to try to do is to try to change the outside world and not change ourselves. But in all actuality, like you're really not changing the outside world. You really is you can't change the outside without changing the inside. Okay. Um, so it goes on and it says, well, I'm gonna read it from the top again. The Needless Desperation of Man. Edward Arlington Robinson sums up the desperate predicament of man in his classic poem, Richard Cory. Everyone in town admired Richard Cory, princely manners. They envied his apparently exalted station in life. He seemed the very ideal of the successful individual, but it was all a stage performance. No one knew it better than Richard Cory. Let me see where I'm at. In his despair, he finally fled the stage in the only way he knew, in self destruction. Genuinely happy people are much rarer than one supposes. People wear masks, smiling masks, wise appearing ones, excited ones, masks of worldly success, or in a frantic attempt to convince themselves and others that the act is real. But sooner or later, the play must come to its end, leaving the actor alone and afraid on his little stage. What does every man want? He only senses what he wants. He wants to be free. From what? From his heartache and suffering, from his compulsive desires, from his fear of what other people can do to him, and from secret shames and guilt carried over from past folly. He wants self liberty, but he doesn't know what it is or where to find it. Still, he is anxiously seeks He anxiously seeks and almost always in the wrong places, in despair over finding the right needle in a haystack. He doesn't even see he is searching in the wrong haystack. He hopefully confronts himself. Well, tomorrow will be different, but it won't. And he knows it. He knows he will look back and find himself in the same old despair. The only change will be in a few exterior surroundings, but it's still the same old haunted house. Hey, Cherry, PCA, baby, PCA, PCA. So, when I was reading it, it just, I just had a memory, like, of myself. And basically, it's just saying, we tend to wear masks, right, of different personas. Like on the outside, you know, we want people to think that we got everything together. We want people to think that we so happy, but it's all a front. It's just a stage act. And when you come to your home or when you go, to be alone within by yourself, deep down inside is a stage act. In a way that you project into the world that you are this like person that is just so happy and, you know, upbeat and everything like that. It's just the front. And some people may experience depression. And in this book, it talks about you cannot escape a prison that you don't know you're in. And the reason why I remember when I first got started, like on my spiritual journey, and I don't really care for saying my spiritual journey because the truth of the matter is, we all spirits. Okay, now you may say you ain't no spirit, honey, take that up with somebody else. Okay, all right. But I remember when I became aware, a little more enlightened, and I remember I was listening to Jim Carrey, and he talked about depression. And one of the things he said was, it was this guy, the guy that he played in a movie. I forgot the name of the movie. But anywho, he was talking about depression. And even in Infinite Waters, Ralph Smart, I don't know if it was Jim Carrey who said depression just merely means like you need deep rest. Probably it was Infinite Waters. But it's like your spirit gets sick of you playing this role. It gets sick of you, pretending that everything is okay. And when deep down inside, you know that everything is not okay. And that's what happened along my journey. Right? I mean, I got to the point where as though I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And we have heard time and time again that if you're not ready to change, especially if there's like a big calling on your life, you may not be ready to change, but source will make you, okay? Like whether you willing to go or not, okay? And it just came to a point. You want to go spit that out? Go spit it out. It can't. You want some tea? Hmm? I'm gonna make you some, okay? So you could drink it. It came to a point where as though I just was sick and tired. Mm-mm. You want to get a book? We can read a book together.
I read a book at like a book challenge a lot.
Oh, but we could read another book here. Okay. Um, but I just pretty much was sick and tired, and it was the only thing that was for me was to change. Like it wasn't no other way around it. It was just like it's almost like you avoid seeing a reflection in a mirror for so long. Like every time you turn around, like you try to hurry up and walk past the mirror, you don't want to see the reflection. And then it comes a point in time where as though whatever it is that you are growing through, it forces you to look at the reflection in the mirror. And so that's really like what happened on my journey. Like and that's why I tell you guys, because I don't want you to think like after you become enlightened, right? A little enlightened, because it's like I know nothing about nothing. I know nothing about nothing. But when you start being aware, right? That doesn't mean that obstacles not going to show up. As long as you are alive, okay, you will forever be going through some obstacles which are really merely opportunities, but you have the ability to choose, right? You have the ability to choose, like, do I want to keep going down this road? Do I want to, because it's really choices. Like we all have, choices. And in the book, Three Magic Words, and I told you guys last time, but I'm gonna say it again. Okay, I'm having a 30-day class, okay, is via Zoom and is about a mental diet. Okay, it's $60 for that class. Okay. And basically the class is you pretty much writing down your thoughts for the first 2 days, is meditation. But you gotta be committed. If you're a person that's not committed, I wouldn't even advise you to take the class, because if you're not going to do the work, it defeats the purpose. Okay. And I don't want you to waste your money and waste your time, and you damn sure ain't gonna waste mine. Okay. But you got to be committed, and that's what changes anyway. You got to be committed to want to change. Someone asked me on TikTok earlier, what if they don't want to they said, what if I don't want to do the stuff that you suggest? And it's not that you don't want to do it, right? Because that's almost like, I just want to stay the same forever. And spirit is always looking for ways to expand itself. So saying that you just want to change, you just want to stay the same forever, that's really not you. That would be the program speaking. That would be your ego talking. Because who don't want to change? Even the ones that stay the same, deep down inside is a part of them that wants to change but are so afraid of the unknown. Don't know what to expect. And what you have to understand is to get to your highest version, the highest version of yourself, or to get to a place where as though you evolve, because life is really school. This is a big school, okay, that you're supposed to be learning from. And to get there, you gotta be faced with the unknown. And some people, they say they believe in, they believe in all this other stuff. They have faith, and I'm not here to question anyone's faith, because that's not my job. But what I am here to say is, if you believe so much, then why aren't you taking any necessary steps so you can change your life? Like if you believe like you say you believe, and if you have faith like you say you have faith, why aren't you doing the work? And I get it. I get it, because facing yourself, is easier to say it's somebody else's fault. I get that. Like that, that's easy. But as long as you say, is this person fault? Is that person fault? They responsible for the way I wound it up. All of those are excuses. I remember I was listening to Michael Beckworth from Agape. Shout out to Michael Beckworth. I remember I was listening to him, and one of the things he said was, it was this guy who had this school, and like people would go there for for healing and different things, and for the first, I think for the first 2 or 3 days, or the first day, the guy, he would allow the people to, come to the school and pretty much blame. So they'd come to the school and it would be a person like, well, I'm like this because the way my grandma raised me. I'm like this because how my mama or my daddy raised me. And the guy, he would listen to them for the first day. I think it was for the first day. But then the next day he said, and he would let them know, like for the first day, you could blame whomever you want, say whatever. But tomorrow, we're not using it any longer. We're not gonna keep saying it's because of them why my life is like this. And it comes a point where as though you start taking accountability. It's not because of them. They may have put the program in, right? As far as the self-doubt, the self-hate, okay? When you feeling like you're unworthy, and the shame and the guilt. But it comes a point in time where as though you start changing the program because you have the ability to do so. But as long as you are saying it is because of them, your life is not going to change. And I keep saying it, and I really want you guys to understand it and get that, because you're going to go through your whole life waiting for somebody to apologize, waiting for somebody to rescue you. And the truth of the matter is you're brilliant. You don't need rescuing. You don't need somebody to come and apologize to you. Because by them apologizing, is that going to change what happened? See, you think the apology is going to erase the event, and it's not. It's not. When a person apologizes, okay, the event is still happened. So why do you need an apology? And the apology would be, it would be okay. I mean, if the person is willing to give it. But some people, they go to their grave and never apologize. Because in their eyes, they don't feel like they did anything wrong. And by you saying, I need that apology from them. Like, how dare they do that? They're not even operating in themselves. But they're not even operating in a true essence. Is paradigms. Is they habitual habits. How they operate in. And they could apologize and some people there tell you they sorry and they really mean they're sorry, but then the next day they do the same exact thing. And then you would say, well, why the hell you do that again? And they'd say sometimes they don't know. Like when my children was younger, my two oldest children, like I asked them, like, why did you do that? And they'd say, especially my oldest son, he'd say, I don't know. And then, it puts me in the mind of Bob Proctor, Bob Proctor said when the teachers would ask him, like, why he did something, he would say he don't know. And the teachers say, you know better. And he said, yeah. And then the teacher said, so why did you do it? And he said, he don't know. Because it's the paradigm, it's the programming. You living up to that expectation of that programming. So if you was heard all your life, that you are loved, you are beautiful, that you could do whatever it is you put your mind to, and you are worthy, you will live up to that programming. But on the opposite, if you was programmed and people told you, all types of things, you're good for nothing, you're not worthy, all those different things, you'll live up to you'll live up into that program too. Until a point in your life, you'll get to a point in your life where as though you will say, you know what, this don't work. And you know what'll bring you there? The pain, the obstacles. That'll bring you there. If it wasn't for the things that I have gone through and grew through, I wouldn't be making videos today. And in the words of Bashar Darum, life is meaningless. We give life meaning. We give life meaning. And so, to the person that's out there, if you want your life to change, you have to be committed. And it's not overnight. It's not like, oh well, I changed today, I got it all figured out. Nope. Because sometimes something else will pop right back up. When you think that everything is good in the neighborhood, something else will pop right back up. And let me tell you something, you a champ. Okay, is there's nothing that can defeat you. Even if it appears to be bigger than you, there's nothing. It's all according to how you see things. And I know sometimes it can be, ooh, child, I know, okay? But I want you to really understand and get that you have the ability to change your whole life. And you do not have to wait for anyone on the outside. You don't need rescuing because you're too brilliant for that. It's funny. I was on TikTok again earlier, and it was a guy who said about the dress. Well, I had the dress on, and I wear the dresses and get dressed up because you have to know your audience. Okay, I do fairly well with my content on Facebook when I wear the dresses. Okay, so and I like dress up. Okay, so when I put the dresses on, I do like my numbers. They go up. Okay. But one of the things, it was a guy on TikTok who said, oh, is surprising that you really don't have, the love of your life or whatever it was. And it's so funny how we just been so programmed, right? You know, and one of the things I told him, I said, I am the love of my life. You know how long it took me a minute to get here, and I'm still getting there. But I told him I am the love of my life. I'm not looking or waiting for someone to come and, love me. It's best. Now, let me tell you something, okay? Because I do write down my ideal guy, okay, that I'm manifesting, okay? But it's not like, well, I have to stop my life, or I can't be happy until this person come into my life. No, I seen that, I did that, and let me tell you something, it ain't get me no damn weird, okay, but settling, okay. So now it feels so good to do something opposite of that, to wait, to choose me so that I can choose him. That's something, okay? Choose me so that I can choose him. And that's really what it is. Okay? So I used to think that, you had to settle. And the only way you was gonna be happy if you was in that relationship. But I seen that shit was all wrong. Okay? Or that was wrong. That was not correct. Because I did that way and it didn't work. And so now is about you doing something different so you can get different. So you have to enjoy your life. Instead of looking for someone else to come, you have to enjoy your life. Because when you enjoy your life, you can enjoy the people that's coming into your life. If you can't enjoy yourself and enjoy your company, you're not going to be able to enjoy other people's company. Because we are merely reflectors of one another. And so, with that being said, I love you guys. I love you. I love you. If you want to join the class, send me a DM, not a DM. Send me an email on my Gmail is in my bio on YouTube. But keep rocking out. Keep believing in yourself. Keep doing the work. Okay. Be patient with yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Okay. I know probably when you was growing up, you was taught to be ashamed, okay, to feel guilty about some of the choices and decisions that you have made, and there's no need for that, okay? But you can get better. But you gotta do it. You gotta do the work. And the thing about life is you such an amazing and dope as creator that no one could do it for you. So you have the ability to do it for yourself. You strong enough to do it for yourself and show up for yourself and be honest and be real with yourself. And whatever it is that you don't like in your life, understand that it can change. You're not sentenced. Okay? You're not sentenced to the life that you are currently living. You're not a tree. You can move at any given time, but you have to want to do the work. And there's no damn elevator. You have to take the goddamn stairs. There is not no fast way, the magic hookup or the magic pill or whatever it is like that. That's what society wants you to believe. But no, you have to do the work. And I remember I used to hear Missy Iyanla Vanzant say, do the work, when I would watch Iyanla Fix My Life. And she would say, you have to do the work. And I used to say, what goddamn work this lady talking about, right? I get it, the work. Okay, you got to go within. You got to face yourself. Okay? Because the things that's showing up in your life, they showing up for a reason. And you could blame people all you want to, but I'm here to tell you, you could blame people until you're green in the face. I know they normally say blue, but green is my favorite color. You could blame people until you green in the face. That ain't gonna change nothing. That will not change anything. Okay? You still gonna go through whatever it is that you're going through. And you in that relationship, you get into another one, the next one gonna be the same exact way the previous one was. Because you take your energy with you. So all the complaints you was making prior to that other relationship, you're gonna make those same exact complaints gonna be faced in this new relationship. Why? Because of who you are. You're trying to catfish it. Trying to catfish the universe. Trying to catfish, trying to take the easy route. You know what was funny? Let me put this tea on for my daughter. You know what was funny? Because I was trying to take the easy route and trying to catfish it. And what wound up happening was the easy route just became the long route. Yeah. It was like I was taking the elevator. Here I am taking a damn trying to take the elevator, okay? Don't want to face myself. And guess what? It was like it was like I took the elevator. I pressed the 12th floor. Okay, I don't know why I said 12. Okay, but 12 must be mean something. Okay, but I took the 12th floor. Okay, and what happened was the damn doors wasn't opening. Okay, so then I had to go back downstairs, and then did it a few more times. Press the elevator button to take the 12th floor. Yeah. And then the elevator, once I got to the 12th floor, the doors just would not open. So then I just got sick and tired. This is a metaphor, of course. But I just got sick and tired. And I said, you know what? I might as well goddamn walk to the 12th. Okay? But I had that ability all along. I could have been walked to the 12th. Okay? All right? And that's the same as that concept with your life. You could have been, walk to the 12th. But instead, you keep on trying to take the easy route. In the easy route, you just keep on winding back up back to square one. Isn't that funny? I mean, it's funny, but then it is really not. You keep trying to take the easy route and just keep winding right back up where you previously was. But that's the beauty of life. That is really the beauty, because you can see that it don't work. You can see, damn, I tried this shit don't work. Okay, now I'm on to do something different. And you have the ability to do something different, because you're not a tree. And you are not sentenced to this life. To the life that you chose. So I want you guys to get that and understand it, okay? That you are, oops, wrong tea, honey. This chaparral, honey. It's good for parasites and treats colds and, hold on now. Cold and bronchitis. Okay, listen. This is entertainment purposes only, okay? Yeah, but when you ready to change, when you ready to change, you'll know when you're ready. Because guess what? You'll stop doing the same thing. You'll stop complaining, and you'll be ready for action. Action Jackson. You'll be ready for action. But yeah, family. Okay. Let me go wash this while I'm on here. I said, shoot, let me wash my face off, okay? Let me wash my face. Honey, let me wash this stuff off my face. I'm saying wash my face off. I gotta go to the Muslim store and get some black soap. Cause I don't really care for using this on my face. I like using black soap on my face. But make sure you guys understand, okay? You want your life to change, it's up to you. It's up to you. It feels so good to know that you don't have to stay in victim mode. Only if you choose to do so. Okay, water, come on, get high. Woo! I remember when I first listening to inspirational. Yeah, I used turmeric soap before, Tracy, and it was pretty good. I had got it from Esty, from one of the shops off of Esty. But I remember when I first started choosing to make better decisions, okay? And I remember my mother had said to me, she said, she kept asking me, how did you just change? Like, how did you just change like that? And she would say, you never was a bad person, but like, how did you just change like that? And I was just sick and tired. I was sick and tired. You know? Oh, through TikTok? Who sell it, Tracy? Honey, I just received the download. And this is how my downloads occur, okay? The download that I received was this. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about them, okay? Don't worry about what they do. And in my download, it said, baby, okay? Baby, don't worry about them, okay? Go on and fix your life. Okay, so you can get better. And you guys will see a reel on it. You will see a reel on it, okay? But don't worry about them. Go on and fix your life so you can get better. Because as long as you worry about them, and what they doing or what they ain't doing, you getting distracted from what you should be doing. So you can't worry about what's going on with this person or that person, you know? Because this is your life and you deserve abundance, and abundance is your birthright. Okay? So I want you to really get that and understand that. But you don't have to worry about somebody else, anyone else. All right, family, it's been real. I gotta make these videos because when the downloads come, I have to post them. That's how this thing here works, okay? All right? If it's supposed to be speaking, you gotta start working, okay? All right? So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Make sure you're rocking out, believing in yourselves. I love you guys. Do understand that you have the ability to change your life because you're such a dope ass, amazing ass creator. Until next time, peace.